Julie Herdlicka has just returned from Iraq. She has seen the despair and some hope, and she is our guest today as we ask you, is it time for the U.S. to get out of Iraq?
In November 2003, I visited Iraq for the first time as a human rights observer. The people I met were devastated by the war. No water, no electricity, no government. But what they did have was hope. Saddam was gone. They would tell me this was just a bump in the road for the cradle of civilization. They would rebuild like they had so many times before. This filled me with purpose. I visited Iraq for the second time in May 2005. There was still no water, no electricity, and no effective government. But one thing had changed. There was no trace of that hope. A year and a half of bombing, terror, and fear had annihilated the dreams of a people. I had never experienced anything like it. I felt like I was surrounded by 20 million people who were consumed with sadness. When I think of the idea of a Great Depression, I think of Iraq. I returned to Canada. My job was to tell these stories to the public, media, policymakers, in order to make people really understand what was happening.
It is Saturday, May 28th, and it's in the morning. We're just headed off to Women's Will. It's a women's organization here in Baghdad.
In hopes to end this war. Who was I kidding? I was devastated. I was demoralized, I was sad, and I was hopeless. On top of feeling stripped of all of my strength and courage, I also had a voice in my head telling me over and over and over again, suck it up. You think you got it bad? People are dying in Iraq. My spirit, my body, my soul could not take it anymore. I didn't just crack. I broke. I was broken. My sister sent me a picture of my 8-month-old niece, Tyler. It triggered something. I opened my album from Iraq and found what I was looking for. A picture of an 8-month-old little girl I had met. I put the pictures of the 2 baby girls side by side. The baby girl from Iraq was my niece. My niece was the baby from Iraq. They were the same. I know I can make a difference in at least one of their lives, and now all I can do is try.